Willie James Inman in Washington, where a seismic political shift is about to take place. Tarika, good evening to you. Tonight, the White House is speeding ahead with firing federal workers, announcing 2,000 jobs at USAID will be eliminated and all non-essential hires will be placed on leave. The Attorney General has committed to releasing part of Smith's report on election interference, but first, he will have to get approval from the courts.
I'm Willie James Inman, traveling with the president in Las Vegas as his administration makes controversial changes to the federal workforce.
The White House says 130 nations have reached out to negotiate new trade deals, but there's one world leader who is not picking up the phone, and that's President Xi of China, as both the U.S. and China remain deadlocked in a standoff over which economic superpower will blink first.
Republicans overwhelmingly still support the president, but that poll also shows he's battling headwinds from his base over the administration's handling of the Epstein case.
Vice President Kamala Harris is riding a wave of enthusiasm from her supporters, and President Trump is trying to stall that enthusiasm on the campaign trail, as we see from a new poll that Vice President Kamala Harris is gaining ground in key battleground states.
The president summing up his tariff plans, what he is labeling as Liberation Day, that plan that the White House has talked about putting reciprocal tariffs. Now, that would mean putting tariffs on a range of goods, a range of different trading partners. Now, the 10 to 15 number is essentially something that administration officials have talked about.
President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country will not give up any territory to Russia, even as the White House insists potential land swaps will be necessary and discussed during Monday's highly anticipated Oval Office meeting.
President Trump's pick to lead the Pentagon has been confirmed by the U.S. Senate, and this comes as the U.S. military begins assisting with deportation flights of undocumented migrants.
Justice Samuel Alito was joined by Justice Clarence Thomas in a dissent notice that criticized his colleagues for the late-night decision he says was given prematurely before the courts could hear the government's position. At least 13 immigration judges who were in training were also affected by the layoffs. Now, that might not seem like a significant number, but there's a backlog of 4 million pending immigration cases, and President Trump has promised mass deportations, so any change in the number of judges could slow down that process. Tony?
The White House did not reveal details about the president's executive order, but the Constitution says the power to carry out federal elections belongs to the states. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.